Wasting time. Wasting time. So I had like a bit of an ego for some reason about like I know how to play Innis Train, and I was just watching Gade from Optic play Innis Train, and he was like he had full belts of util. He was just never using any grenades. He was just always taking aim duels like every round from lower ramp, and I think they just like shoved him in a position he'd never played. But on the broadcast, I was just like straight up roasting this guy. Like I had no sense because, like we say, like this was probably like my third broadcast or something, right? Like my third proper like big broadcast. I've probably done like a fair bit from there, but like in terms of like experience, I really didn't have that much experience. So like I didn't know that it's not okay as a caster to literally call like a professional player dog shit at their position. like and
Really?
like criticize them every round when they do something that's just like really fucking dumb. But like he was just I don't know. I think I was having a bad day, bro, but honestly, like those early wake ups, some of those early wake ups really get to you, bro. You're rocking up at the studio at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, Aussie time. You really don't want to be there. You're fucking eating your like Maccas or whatever. And you're like, this fucking sucks, bro. And then I think I took that energy into the broadcast and I was just going in on Gade for no reason. And I remember there was like a Twitter post from like the Optic manager or something who was probably watching their game and like listening to the cast, and he was like, "There's two funny parts to this story," but the Twitter post. I'll get into like what happened behind the scenes first, and then I'll talk about the Twitter post. But so behind the scenes, I think they were messaging like the ESL people and saying like, if these casters don't get taken off ESL Pro League, I think this is what I heard, but they said something like, if these casters don't get taken off ESL Pro League, we're going to pull our team from the league, which is like insanity to me
Yeah.
that someone would say that. And I heard this like second or third hand because this was probably Optic talking to ESL Global talking to ESL Oz, and then I'm getting like Ben Green or something like coming to me and being like, what the fuck did you do on this broadcast?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're in trouble, mate. And then so that was one thing. We got pulled aside after the broadcast and got absolutely our asses handed it to us. And it was all my fault. Like I was the one talking shit, but Kev got in trouble just as much as I did, and he didn't do anything wrong at all. It was literally all my fault. So the second part of it, and this is the much funnier fucking part to me, is that he actually posted on Twitter about us doing a bad job, I think, and the Optic GM or some shit, and he was like at Pilski, and then or like Pilly or whatever I was called back then, and then he atted he atted Danny Kim on Twitter, who wasn't even casting, but literally it was the most like yellow face like Asian mistake thing I've ever seen in my life. The most like casual racism I've ever seen in
You'd
my
have to
life.
tell
Because
the context that Karath
no,
is
no, this was
Chinese
where that
and
comes from.
Danny is Korean. For
Yeah,
anyone that
Danny is
doesn't know
Korean
those two people.
and Karath is Chinese. Like
Yeah.
they're not even the same kind of Asian. But he just tagged Danny Kim on Twitter and said, and Danny's like not even there, bro. He's probably asleep at this point. He's like, what the fuck? Why
He
is
wakes
someone
up
saying
like,
I'm
why the fuck
casting
am I the worst caster today?
and literally it was just like that made it even funnier that this guy's getting so butthurt that he's threatening to pull his team for the league, that and he's so angry that he can't even find the right race of Asian guy to tag on Twitter.
Oh.
Wasting time.